All day photography. I actually like the bokeh balls. Let's get the bokeh balls. What's poppin', people? It's Dante. Just point and shoot, man. Shout out to Daniel in Mexico City. Just point and shoot, man. Super simple, man. Just point and shoot, man. What is this splatter of paint? Yeah, so currently standing at the intersection between order and chaos here along the tiny curb that I like to teeter and totter on in the morning. I've got my sparkling water. Pro tip for fasting. It seems that sparkling water is the best water to start off with in the beginning of the day because it fills your belly with the bubbles. Personally, since adopting a 100% carnivore diet, I feel as though my satiation levels are extreme, where I generally don't get hungry throughout the day until the very end of the day. And so, I don't know, I think there's just part of me that just enjoys sparkling water in general, so I just always have one. But yeah, I think that water, sunlight, movement, these are very basic needs for the human being, you know, for these open spaces, whether it's the road, the sidewalk, the concrete, the grass, the dirt paths, the mountains, the hillsides, you know, the sandy beaches. There's so much terrain to explore. You know, could we play this real life like Minecraft and just start terraforming things? You know, I had that thought the other day as I was chopping down a tree at work, thinking about Minecraft, you know, like I feel like my real life is Minecraft. You know, I feel like that is probably the best game of all time because of the open nature of the video game, where there's endless possibilities for you to create, for you to conquer dungeons, for you to explore endlessly, right? Where the render distance is infinite. I believe that new chunks are loaded and the world is quite literally endless. And that expanse, that grand expanse, is what made that game so enticing, where you could spend 8 hours playing Minecraft, I remember, and get lost, where you don't know what time it is, and it doesn't even feel like it was 8 hours. Like, it feels like it was the blink of the eye, because, you know, you were just having so much fun and there was just so much to do in the video game. And I feel like we should find how to live our real lives that way. You know, where we're so in tune with the moment, with the now, where we're so in tune with the process and the practice, whether it's within your work or photography. You know, I think that we have to find a vocation, and I believe that is what will guide us through, you know, our everyday lives. It's not necessarily this passion, this obsession. I think of it more so as a vocation, where I'm waking up at 4 a.m. hopping outside for these morning walks around 5 just to get some shots in. As funny as that is, like as crazy as that is, it's like I'm just so obsessed to the point where I will do anything that is humanly possible to be in the production of making new photographs. And I think that's what separates good from great. And yeah, I seek to go beyond great and the ordinary towards the extraordinary. And yeah, I'm just going to do whatever it takes, whatever I can, to become the greatest photographer that I can possibly be. You know, what is the point of making pictures? What is the point of doing anything if you're not trying to become the best at what it is that you're doing? I believe that every photographer should delete their Instagrams. So since starting a blog, which I've only started very recently, like I'm just scratching the surface and experimenting and getting started, I find that it is this endless expanse, you know, similar to that of these worlds in Minecraft, right? It's so infinite, the potential for you to create new things within a blog. And I think that with Instagram, you get boxed in, right? You get boxed into the grid system. You get boxed into the four corners of the iPhone. You get boxed in to this platform, and I can't get boxed in. You know, for instance, with work, I can't work in an office, because I feel boxed in. I can't be inside generally, because my body tells me that it needs to be outside, right? And I listen and I obey my body. And I think that when it comes to platforms like Instagram, I didn't find much reason to be on there. I started to feel like it wasn't necessarily for me, and because of that, I decided to hop off it, right? If I don't feel like it's something for me, I'm not going to participate with it and just kind of like pretend and, show up to the office every day and smile and, say hi to Sally and say hi to Joe and go on with the day. It's like, I can't pretend. So, yeah, I think it's completely besides the point. I'm getting sidetracked. But the best thing about having a blog is that each day you can iterate. Each day you can share new photos. You can share text from ChatGPT if you're interested in learning about things. You can write essays, make PDF files. So when I make a blog post, sometimes if it's a quick essay like I'll make during these morning walks, I'll go ahead and I'll make it into a PDF file, and then you can open the PDF file, you can download it to the bookstore, you could print it out. You can make zines, right? You could make digital zines that are easily accessible. You can make a shop and sell a physical zine. You can use different ways to produce and share work with slideshows, videos. You can embed them using VideoPress. And I think that using WordPress.org, hosting your firstname.lastname.com with Bluehost.com, and then installing the Astra theme, it's a really good idea, because since doing this, my mind creatively has unlocked so many different ideas that I'm trying to execute every single day, and I'm inching towards that goal by 1% each day. And it's like, that's where I want to be. It's like knowing that I can create endlessly and showcase things endlessly in a new way and have it always changing and it's always dynamic, and it's like you're reaching for this goal of completion, of making a digital archive, of making essays, of sharing things, of writing about different things and doing different things and sharing videos and making audio podcasts, making PDFs, all of these different things that you can do on a blog that you are limited to when using Instagram becomes this infinite, untangible goal where it's like you're just constantly striving uphill towards it, and that it's really fulfilling. Actually, it's like you can constantly just be working on this thing. Yeah, whereas like just assume with Instagram, right? Assume with YouTube, assume with any social media platform, if you're sharing on it, just assume that everyone's a bot, right? I think going forward, we're not going to be able to determine, I'm sure Meta and Meta AI will eventually have some sort of way of authenticating individual users. It's going to be an inevitability for these social media platforms, but I think that we should just go forward assuming that everyone's a bot. And if everyone was a bot and you were getting millions of likes, would you still do it? No. It's like we should return to the physical flesh more going forward when it comes to community building. As much as I am a fan of the website, maybe that is still a better option because at least you own it. And there's part of me that just can't help but think that way about social media, where it's just not real. It's like nothing on there is real. Just assume that it's all fake, and then it's like, would you still use it? It's a real distraction. I think everyone should start their own website and just see for yourself why it's so great. I can't really explain it. It's just a really fun project to work on each day. That's really it. Just use it as a way to play, to tinker, to break things, try things, and it's like an infinite journey of sharing and building.